You get to the end of the day, sit down, and feel this heavy emptiness in your chest. Your muscles aren't tired, you haven't run a marathon, yet you are entirely depleted, frustrated, and running on empty. That exhaustion stems from the invisible labor of keeping forced relationships alive. You are sacrificing your internal peace to maintain connections that only exist out of habit and inertia. We are conditioned from childhood to believe that our worth is tied to our constant availability. You learn to respond instantly and say yes aloud while screaming no on the inside. This excessive availability turns you into an emotional emergency button. Opportunistic people press you whenever they need a hit of validation or relief, then place you back on the shelf until they need you again. Every interaction with these people structurally depletes your internal resources. You are effectively subsidizing their emotional stability with your own vitality. The psychologist Carl Jung viewed the human mind as more than a collection of thoughts. He saw it as an active energy system. He called this psychic energy, a finite daily resource that powers your consciousness. Like any energy system, it has a limited capacity. Forcing a smile or people-pleasing creates a direct outflow of vital energy. You drain your battery to power someone else's dysfunction. This leak happens through the persona, a protective mask worn to avoid abandonment. We stay overly available, afraid our real selves won't be loved. This mask turns you into a blank canvas. Other people stop relating to you and start relating to the convenient role you've agreed to play for them. The manipulator's power relies entirely on this predictable circuit. They only need you to continue your conditioned reactions to keep the energy flowing. To break the cycle, you must employ strategic silence. This requires no arguing or explanation. It is the total, calculated withdrawal of your reaction. The moment you stop reacting, the manipulator's game breaks. The convenient mirror they use to validate themselves is gone, and the feedback loop they depend on collapses. Without your reaction to distract them, the manipulator is forced to confront their own shadow, the internal noise and insecurities they were using you to avoid. Expect a backlash. They will accuse you of being weird, selfish, or harsh. These accusations confirm the truth. They only valued you for how functional you were to their needs. Strategic silence acts as the definitive, active severance of this parasitic cord. Severing these ties creates an immediate, intense discomfort. You will likely feel a sense of guilt and the pressure of external judgment. This discomfort is the mandatory first phase of deconstructing the false persona. It is the sound of a system resetting itself. Jung called this sacred isolation. It is the environment required to contain and recharge your psychic energy. It is where you find the version of yourself that exists without a mask. Stepping away from the collective is an active, protective boundary. It is a refusal to be part of an environment that demands your depletion as the price of admission. When you refuse to play a functional role in someone else's life, you stop being a tool they can discard. By reclaiming your psychic energy, you establish a presence defined by yourself rather than your utility to others. This shift makes you rare, a presence that lingers because it can no longer be used. True self-love begins when you choose your peace over a false connection. If you are ready for this rebirth, go to the comments and type, "I choose my peace." Let's see how many of us are ready to step into freedom. Click the next video on your screen to continue this journey.